Hello friends, my name is Bharoz and welcome to the channel where I share with you tips, tricks that I read, learn and apply in order to become my best version. Now in this video, I will share with you a story of a friend who in my opinion possessed immense amount of motivation in order to bring positive change in his life. However, despite that immense amount of motivation and eagerness to bring change and positivity in his life, he was always consistently inconsistent. And also in this video, I will talk about why this friend of mine was consistently inconsistent and what is there to learn for you and me in order to break that inconsistency and bring long-lasting change within us. For matter of privacy, let's call my friend Ali. My understanding of the situation first came into existence when I introduced Ali to my workout regimen, which is CrossFit. He was eager to get into shape and hence he latched onto the idea. He checked out some literature on CrossFit and within a week's time, he booked himself for the first trial class. And as soon as the trial class ended, he ended up committing for a month and paid for his first month's membership. He started with working out regularly for the first 2 weeks, showing up 5 to 6 days per week, only to injure himself at the end of the second week by overloading the weights on his back squat, out of sheer pressure, sense of competition and ego at the gym. And that was his end of CrossFit initiative. He didn't even complete the full month's membership and CrossFit was out of the window. Next, he decided to set up a home gym. We connected and I talked about how I have set up my home gym and how I believe that it will change his life altogether. He got himself some weights and rowing machine and a setup that he made in his basement. For the first month, he would be sharing his stats and progress on daily basis. Soon those updates started to lose steam and after 3 months I inquired and was informed that he has not been working out lately because of workload from his day job. With that came the end of home gym workouts and they never came back. Now by now I'm sure you would start to relate to that person. We all have this one friend who is consistently inconsistent. And more so, we also have some of these traits within us as well, where we were high on motivation, we started something and then it just died down. But the story doesn't end here. So let me continue with Ali's story. Now in between trying to get fit and trying to get in shape came the initiative to learn to play guitar. It was around the same time I also started my guitar playing journey. My friend went ahead and bought a guitar and as usual, we also exchanged some notes on which guitar to buy, where to buy from and so on and so forth. However, this one didn't even take weeks. It just ended up within days. On inquiring, he said, I realized this will take around 6 months for me to start playing in a way where I'll start enjoying it. I can't wait that long and hence I have set it up for sale on Marketplace once again. Now by now, my friend is very much well introduced to you. However, what I want to talk about is why is this case that he continues to be consistently inconsistent? And why is that when we also work on something with high motivation and full steam, only to lose motivation within days, weeks, or even months? How can we save ourselves from falling into that trap and make sure we complete the task till the end or continue going and going and going? Now, first and foremost, we need to fix our mindset because overnight success is 10 years in the making. Pick up something only and if only you can sustain it for at least 2 years, day in, day out, week in, week out. It's easier said than done because it's 2 years, which is a lot of time. So what I will share with you is tips and tricks that you can make use of in order to sustain any change, any initiative for at least 2 years, day in, day out, week in, week out. Number one is take motivation out of equation altogether. Motivation is not something you have. It is something you get from yourself automatically from feeling good about achieving small success. I personally thought motivation is a prerequisite for starting a tedious process of learning or a tedious process of a new initiative or a project. But motivation really is a result. You don't need motivation to break a sweat. Break a sweat and you will feel motivated. For instance, when I became regular at working out and going to gym, it was only possible for me to become regular when I convinced myself that this is a long game, this is a long-term journey, and that I won't see the results within a week, within a month. Rather, it will take 6 months to a year before I start seeing results. And hence, I would just go and show up at the gym just because I have to, just because it is part of the process, not because I was motivated. No, I took the motivation out of my gymming regimen altogether. Now, the good thing is I started getting motivated and that is where my curve for fitness and physical health and nutrition start to steep, which is after a year's time when I started to see results. I started to feel more healthy, more energized. I started to get in shape. And this is where the acceleration started to come, because now I was motivated. I could see the results, I could see what's happening when I go and step into the gym, and I was happy about it, and hence I would work out more and more and more. Number 2 is to make it super easy and super simple. For instance, my YouTube channel setup is all ready to go on a click of a button. So I have a place in my house which is dedicated for making YouTube videos with the lightings, the camera, the audio system, the laptop all connected, and all I need to press is the record button and I'm ready to go. Make the new habit as easy as possible, especially during the moments when you don't feel like taking an action. Imagine if this entire setup of YouTube has to be done from scratch every time I have to make a video. Now there would be days when I'm motivated and I would set up everything from scratch, but then there would be days I would be thinking, gosh, it will take me at least 10 minutes to put the camera, the lights, the audio setup. Let's not just do it today and maybe leave this video making for some other time or another day. Set up your environment in a way that supports your new behavior change. You cannot rely on habit because the habit has not been formed yet. Hence, keep it simple, easy, especially in the beginning. And when I say time, I don't mean days or weeks or months. Rather, I mean 6 months or a year for that change to really become a habit. Till that happens, you have to keep everything very simple. Number 3 is to make the effort and time commitment negligible. For this, I make use of the 5-minute rule, for which I've made a separate video where I explain what the 5-minute rule is and how you can make use of it in order to learn any skill or make any habit change. In a nutshell, take whatever habit you're building and break it down to 5 minutes. Master the art of showing up first and foremost, because a habit has to be established before it can improve. Unless you become the person who shows up every day, there is nothing to optimize, there is nothing to improve. We are so caught up in figuring out the best way, the best diet, the best exercise. We search for all these great plans, but we don't do the thing that is most fundamental to habit change. That is showing up. And here's the magic of the 5-minute rule. That is the amount of time and effort required is only limited to 5 minutes a day. Practicing any skill for 5 minutes a day may take longer for you to eventually master that skill. However, it is far better than starting versus not doing anything at all. I'd rather be slow at achieving my goals versus not achieving them altogether. Because I know that a year from now, I would go on to wish that I had started this earlier. Last but not the least, don't announce. Declaring what we want to be and how we will get there causes us to feel that we are further along the way or path of becoming of who we want to be, even though in reality we have nothing but talk. Hence, keep your ambitions to yourself. Look into the direction of the goal that you want to go, build the process and simply focus on that process. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully this was helpful. Thank you.